here we go. We're going to be on board here with a Waluigi Biddy player. And they are in 7th place right now. Let's see what they're going to be getting. Probably a mushroom of some sort. Oh, no, triple nanas. Oh, nice save. Avoided falling off there and taking out a few players as well. This is going to be Phantom. Ends up getting the double box. Nice tight lines there. Opted not to take that ramp and really trying to move his way up to the front.
That was pretty ridiculous. I've never seen that happen. It was like a little bit of a bounce there, being able to just avoid that. And then now we got Roxy Girl here in 6th place, working their way up. One of the biggest things about this game that people really underutilize is getting coins, right? The best comparison I can make, you can see that coin total at the bottom left corner, is that if you're at 10 coins, you're going 45 miles per hour. The person behind you has 7. They're going 42 miles per hour. So just by driving in a straight line, you are going faster than the person behind you. But we've got Bonnie on the screen, my fellow co-commentator, who is now competing in this event tonight. Really great to see him on the track. And then we got Jackie Wars here, one of my favorite racers at this event as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy being back up here in the booth, man. Feeling like I'm shaking off a little bit of the ring rust here. But here we go, final lap. Jadex here in 2nd. They're trying to get some of these tricks. There was a shock coming in from the back. There's a 9-player breakaway, and then it's going back to the bottom 3. But Phantom here in 1st. Is he going to get some defense that he needs? No, goes a little bit wide. That's going to be Jadex and another Waluigi Biddy up in the top 2.
Ooh, we're going to be seeing a battle going down in this final turn. We've got Jadex here, going to be able to drag that green shell. Going to get 2 tricks off. Going to have a little bit of space here. Avoids the thwomp and is able to confirm a 1st place finish in the first race of qualifier number 2. Jackie Waters gets 2nd. Phantom in 3rd, and that's looking like Bonnie in 4th place. Yes, it is. Trying to shake off a little of their own rust on the racetrack. Sure. So let's see how they're going to be doing. I mean, how do you think Bonnie's going to do tonight?
I think he'll do okay. I think he's going to make it into semis. I think one thing there just towards the end, I mean, huge shout out there to Phantom, Jack URs, and Vonnie, because with those 2 thwomps coming down in the green from Jadex, there's very limited real estate. All of them avoided that back from Jadex there. So that could have been catastrophic for one of them had they, fallen into that. I mean, even the other day, I was just, flipping out about being, playing against some of the top Chilean players in the world and being put in a position where I know the back's coming. How are you going to avoid it? And luckily for them, that could have cost them a series of points if they got hit by that.
Oh, yeah, no, a backed green shell or red shell is something you got to be able to account for just all the time. And it's something you really don't think about because you're like, okay, they're holding on to it. They wouldn't back it, and then they ended up backing it, and then it ruins your entire race. You lose so many spots over it. And it's just something you got to keep in mind. And I totally do agree with you with an amazing job from all those racers just following Jadex's lines and just spacing themselves out accordingly to not get back there. But we are going to another DLC course, Choco Mountain. How do you feel about this one, Knight?
I really like this. I haven't played this track in so often. I think I played it yesterday for the first time, and actually I did end up playing it today in a league that I was in. But
really,
it's a drafting track. You do have to kind of be aware of that tricking section there towards the end, and also some really good spots for shortcuts and being able to make up time. But it's all about some tight driving and just kind of breaking away.
Ooh, absolutely. And we saw that smart bounce come out from that green shell. That's going to allow Mumu to move up to 3rd place right now. Going to opt to get the single item box. You really want to go for that double as often as you can. And if you think it's disappeared for too long, just tap the B button, slow down a little bit, and be able to grab those double items. It's going to help you so much more down the line.
Man, Mumu and Jadex just both took out Bonnie there, and then Princess going down as well. So a lot of players getting hit out here. This is Otto, by the way, in that sports coupe with the Wario, doing pretty solid, getting over those bumps and berms, but doesn't have any items. Going to need to get something here.
Yeah, absolutely. And has 10 coins, so they have that max speed, but unfortunately loses that max speed, bumping a wall a little bit. It's still only the 2nd lap, still so much time to catch back up. It's Roxy Girl, unfortunately, going to be the target of said red shell from that racer. And now we're going to be seeing Roxy Girl working their way back up. Gets bumped by a bat, though, which is going to cause her to go off course and bump the wall. That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, again, shout out to Roxy Girl, Luna Galaxia, and Taco Cat. They're definitely the longest tenured players here at SNS in the field. Obviously, they've been on and off, but this is Kronos right now in 7th in the Lakitu Circuit Special combo with the Cyber Slick wheels. Interesting loadout there. Mumu trying to somehow avoids a red there, and now Blue Shell is going to connect there onto Jadex up ahead. Jack UR is here in 3rd. Is he going to go for the cut, maybe make up some time? Phantom here in 2nd in an ideal position as well.
Yeah, really good position here. Gonna be able to throw one red, go for the single item box, and have the ability to throw another.
Oh.
Let's see what's gonna happen here. Gotta throw it soon. Not going to actually gonna allow Jadex to get the items they need, but then hits a banana. That's what Jadex does. So guess what? They're gonna lose a little bit of room, a little bit of time on their lap. Gonna get taken over by Phantom anyways. Phantom gonna get hit at the line.
He didn't trail the red, and Jaguars takes advantage of it. And Jadex able to pick up second from that as well. Yeah, and a little bit of a mistake. That's why you got to use your X button there. Phantom, though, still hangs on for third, but that was Phantom's race to lose. And you really do need to be careful there because Phantom didn't have that, like, the best tricking cadence over those jumps.
Yeah.
But I thought that, like, maybe Jadex was just going to, like, take it easy a little bit because he saw the red. I mean, to be fair, Phantom was just chaining reds for the last, like, half a lap. But,
oh, yeah, no, absolutely.
You know,
So a little bit of karma coming back in Phantom.
Yeah.
You know, I always love me some Mario Kart karma. But we got the racers on deck. If you hear your name, please head up to the hype tunnel. We got Batter Cookie, Cass, 13, Marshall, Geopower, D'Angelo, RJ, MB Rocks, the Love Yoda,
What a name.
Sunken, and the GOAT. If you heard your name, head up to the hype tunnel. We'll be waiting on you to get the next qualifier started.
Also, too, I think Marshall ended up winning one of the earlier SNSs as well, so he's also one of the longer tenured players here, too. But yeah, super excited to see, you know, oh man, rest in peace, Phantom in the chat. There's a lot going on, but super excited to see what's going to be happening here in race number 3. The roulette is going to be landing on this player, and we're going to be going to Japan's favorite track.
Yeah, the Big Boy Baby Park. It's Excite Bike. I think as a track from that game, it's really well done, but I just don't think it's that fun to race on. It's just a lot of tricks. You just have to hope that the heart's in the cards and everything goes your way. But there's still some cool strategies that you can pull off to give yourself such a hugely more substantial lead, in my opinion.
Yeah, you can slide off the ramps. You can do, you know, kind of the Kusan demon sliding strat.
Exactly.
You know, I came from like a BMX background, so they always want, you know, your wheels on the ground, and you can kind of use that same strategy here. So I think if you're playing against smart players, then it can be a little bit technical, but you do have to be careful with players how they've used this track for the items.
Oh yeah, absolutely, because you can bag on this track, and if you don't know what bagging is, you can go back in the beginning of the race or at any single time, go for those more powerful items and get to 10 coins and just absolutely ruin the room. Not ruin it, but just cause a lot more chaos to be had. So, and then just get those more powerful items and go through these grass shortcuts like you're seeing. But Otto, unfortunately, what we're seeing there is just getting Mario Karted. We're going over to Jaguars, though, in 6th place.
Remember, airtime is not good here, so you want to be really optimizing your tricks and then also saving those items for these cuts to make up time. You can see Jaguars there gaining several positions just by mushrooming through that shortcut. And we're already seeing the Roy player in the lead here in a big battle there for 2nd through 5th.
Yeah, this battle is going to be quite interesting. Jadex, though, able to avoid the ghost with the triple greens. Going to see 1 thrown forward, 2 thrown forward. Moo is here. Going to be able to pop that shroom, but unfortunately use it too soon and get smart bounced by their own green, it looks like.
Yeah.
Going to have triple shrooms, though, to work their way back up to top speeds.
Phantom here in 6th, going to be throwing that red forward. Whenever we cut the Phantom, there's a red in play. Another red here for Phantom. And so now we're seeing Jaguars trying to be a little bit careful there. Does get the chain, but a shot coming into play. This is going to be huge for everybody 5th on back. This might be big for Phantom here, who might be the first player going through the box with items. So the top 4 are all negated here without any items, and they're just going to have to race it out.
Yeah, it's going to be quite interesting to see who's going to be able to scrape this one out as well. Going to be able to see Roxy go grab that single item box. This is Bonnie's race to lose. Learns how to drag an item and be able to grab their first place in this 3rd race. We see his there. And then Moo
2nd. There was a huge horn in play that got a lot of players there in that final turn. Jadex going to be able to get 3rd. And man, that just really changed the dynamic of that race completely. So big breakout performance there by Moo.
Yeah, no, truly. 2nd place is huge because that's 12 points. 12 points onto your current point total, and with 1 race to go, that is huge. That's going to give you such a huge bounce up in your point standings, and your point standings, the thing that we talked about last qualifier, is what you really want to pay attention to. Not really your standings, but how many points you're going to need, because it's going to be around, I would say 36, maybe 35 points to get into semifinals, ideally. Not confirmed, but ideally.
at least. And so you really do got to be a little bit careful, especially in these qualifiers, because you're realistically going to be playing against so many players that you don't know. You know, players from all over the world, and you don't know their driving styles. It's just kind of like if you're an adult and you're playing at a poker tournament in Vegas. You could be going up against one of the best poker players in the world, like, you know, a Phil Ivey or a Doyle Brunson. Maybe he's a little bit old, but Daniel Negreanu, you know, or you could be going up against some ringer, and they might not even know what they're doing, or a player that's had too much to drink at the bar, and you can't get the read on them. And you have some players, you know, that can kind of take advantage of you. Speaking of that, we're going to be going to Twisted Mansion here for the final race here of this qualifier.
How do you feel about Twisted Mansion, by the way?
Is that a trick question? Because you know how if you look me up online on Twisted Mansion, you will probably know how I feel about it. It's a very multifaceted track. You can run it, you can bag it, you can run over people on it. You know, and I've cemented myself, shout out to Emery, for a clip that has stood the test of time. You know, running over people from behind with triple greens. But honestly, you can take multiple strategies here on this track, and I'm going to be kind of curious to see what players are going to do here.
Yeah, no, I absolutely adore this track. I think it's really fun. I think this first half of the section with the music, with the ghosts, everything so aesthetically pleasing, and the racetrack is just fun to race on, in my opinion. And I think, you know, in certain times on Twisted Mansion, the chaos goes crazy. Like you said, you can run over people. You can go into different kind of strategies, especially with this lighter section coming up. Oh, Kronos unfortunately gonna get back there, but still had a boost pedal to get right back up. You go bottom, you go to the top path. There is so much you can do on this track.
I think the top player in this qualifier was JDEX with 37 points, so they are kind of cannibalizing their scores a little bit. They're not going to beat Funny Name's Perfect 60. Here is Phantom here in 4th. Is he going to be able to get around some of this defense? Got to watch for that fire coming up around the turn as well.
Ooh, Vonnie is in a very... Oh, man. Phantom getting hit by that fire right when I said
but he got
Vonnie was going to get hit there. And now Mumu going to be in 2nd place again. Throws the bomb forward.
And it connects! Mumu now in 1st. Huge snipe there on 1st place, but hits the wall there, goes back into 2nd. This player is neck and neck there. Oh, and the horn from JDEX. I mean, honestly, if I was JDEX, I probably would have done the same thing, because Mumu is coming out with a vengeance right now.
Whoa, you saw that air horn coming out from Bonnie, barely missing Phantom. The boomerang battle is happening, but Bonnie's going to get taken out by another boomerang by 4th place, and now JDEX is in 1st in a very good spot with a little bit of space and a lot of running potential going into this final half of Twisted Mansion.
I think JDEX ended up avoiding that red there from Phantom, and now the pressure is on. Can Phantom reel back in? JDEX is going to be a little bit difficult because 3rd and 4th are all around. Jaguar is trying to make something happen here too.
Yeah, Jaguar is one of those competitors, really underrated. Bonnie just going to back the green, then grabs 4 more. Will that be the key to this one? I don't think so. You want shrooms like you're seeing all these competitors do on that final section. It's going to allow Jaguar to grab 2nd place.
JDEX, Jaguars, Phantom is going to be your top 3. And so that's going to really solidify JDEX there, I believe, with around 52 points after this all said and done unofficially. But we'll have to wait for those official scores to come in. But man, great driving there from some of those players. I mean, Vonnie was kind of in that 3rd, 4th range. I think he did end up picking up a win on one of the races, but really was just kind of in that, you know, that upper pack. But will that be enough with 66 players, though, Pidgey?
Yeah, I don't know. It will be quite interesting, but what we do know is that we got the highlights from this qualifier. Let's see what kind of chaos what just happened in this one. Mumu, unfortunately, starting off on a rough start, but then just brought it back, did an amazing job down the line. JDEX going to be shocked there, barely missing the thwomp, and then Princess getting bonked off the track on Choco Mountain. Phantom losing the race to win last second.
Jaguars taking it there, and then top 4 losing all of their hope, getting shocked after those item boxes. Mumu with the epic snipe there on 1st place ends up getting, I'm not sure what Mumu ended up getting on Twisted Mansion.
I don't know yet, but we'll know once we get that point.
We'll know once we get these scores. But really, I mean, if anyone was the breakout star, that you have to say it was Mumu.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. Mumu absolutely doing an amazing job there with that beautiful item management as well, being able to just control their cart. We haven't seen them here before, and being able to just come out, race extremely well like that. I mean, I was extremely impressed, genuinely. genuinely.
I was impressed too, and let's see what the scores are looking like here for qualifier number 2. It's going to be Jadex there with 52 points, Jaguars with 47, third place going to Vonnie there with 41, Phantom on that line there potentially with 37. We'll see how these next qualifiers play out. Mumu there with 31, Roxy Girl there with 30, Kronos with 23, Princess there in 8th with 17, Otto, Smokey the Hippo, and Tonester there rounding out 9th, 10th, and 11th with 12, 11, and 5 points respectively.